This is Mr. Toops, and it's going to be another great day. Oh. Today, we're going to learn about parallel and perpendicular lines to the X and Y axis. So you're going to have to figure out if the line's going to be horizontal or if it's going to be vertical. Write the equation of the line and the slope. Remember, horizontal lines do not go up or down, so they have a slope of 0. Lines that go straight up or down, you can't climb up a ladder that goes straight up and down. It'll fall back. It's undefined, right? So a vertical line's undefined. Flat line has a slope of 0. Remember that. Okay. Am I recording? Okay, we are recording, and we're going to do this paper today, and it's about parallel and perpendicular lines to the X and Y axis. Okay, so let's start off. A horizontal line, if it's flat, a flat line will go through the x-axis. The y-axis. It'll be parallel to the x-axis, right? So it's going to go up or down from the x-axis. It's going to be flat. It has a slope of 0. And that's going to be a y equals something line. So if it's y equals something, it has a slope of 0. If it's vertical, it's going to go through the x-axis. And if it goes straight up and down, it will have an undefined slope. And it's going to be x equals something. Okay? Now then, the trick on this, if the line is parallel, and put this at the top of the page, if it's parallel, let me spell it right, parallel, and put 2x axis. If the line is parallel to the x-axis, draw an xy axis. And if it's parallel to the x-axis, it's going to be a flat line on it. And it's going to be a y equals something, right? Okay. If it's parallel to the y-axis, draw an xy axis. If it's parallel to the y-axis, it's going to go straight up and down. And if we draw a line that goes straight up and down, it's going to have an x equals something, and it's going to be undefined, right? And lastly, what about perpendicular? If it's perpendicular, and this is hard for students. If it's perpendicular to the x-axis, the x-axis is like this. If it's perpendicular to it, draw an xy axis. If it's perpendicular to the x-axis, it's going to go through the x-axis, right? It will be x equals something. And if it's perpendicular to the y-axis, so if it's perpendicular to the y-axis, draw an xy axis. And if it's perpendicular to the y-axis, it's going to go through the y-axis. It'll be flat. It'll be y equals something, and it will have a 0 slope. So just tomorrow you're just going to draw a picture of this to help visualize it, okay? Today I want you to do some problems. Tomorrow we will continue on this. So let's go to number 1. Basically what you're going to do on this is draw the dot and then draw what the picture wants. So the line goes through 3, -2, draw that dot, and is parallel to the y-axis. If it's parallel to the y-axis, it won't cross it. It's going to go up and down, right? So I'm going to draw a line like this. Notice it crosses the x-axis, doesn't it? So the equation would be x equals 3, and the slope would be undefined. That's all you have to do on this paper, people. It is not hard to do, okay? Straight up and down undefined, flat is 0. Let's do number 2. So let's graph the ordered pair. We're going to graph 2, 4, and then it's going to say what the line does. It's parallel to the x-axis. If it's parallel to the x-axis, it'll never cross the x-axis, will it? So draw a line that goes through that dot, and notice that that line crosses the y-axis, doesn't it? So it's going to be y equal, and it's going to be y equal to 4 in it. Notice that these numbers are going to be in the ordered pair. So it goes to the y-axis at 4, and if it's flat, it has a slope of 0. This is not hard, is it? Going to do a couple of more with you. Number 3. A line goes through 2, -1. Let's graph that. So over 2, down 1, we're right here. And it's perpendicular to the y-axis. If it's perpendicular to the y-axis, it will go through the y-axis, will it? So perpendicular to the y-axis will look like this, won't it? Notice it's flat. It will not cross x, will it? So it's going to be y equal, look at your ordered pair. Your y is -1 in it. So the slope would also be 0, would it? Do y'all see how the ordered pair is going to have a number in your equation? The ordered pair will have a number in your equation. And lastly, this is the last one I'm going to do for you, then you can finish the rest up. Number 4, a line goes through -2, -1, so -2, -1 is right here, and is perpendicular to the x-axis. So if it's perpendicular to the x-axis, it'll go through the x-axis, won't it? Notice that this line goes through x, circle the x, and it goes through x at -2, doesn't it? So the equation is x equal -2. Since it goes straight up and down, the slope is undefined. Like I said, tomorrow we'll continue on this. Tomorrow will be a half day for the face-to-face, so virtual you kind of get out at 12. So today you learned how to draw parallel and perpendicular lines to the x and y axis, and you learned if the slope was 0 or undefined. It's going to be another great day. Remember, you are amazing, you were created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.